Hi, Harshita.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. So just let me know when to start with the session.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we are waiting for the participants to join.
Okay, not a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Meanwhile, you can just let me know. Can you just let me just enable the screen sharing?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Ma'am, I hope you are now able to share the screen.
Let me check. Yes, I can. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Can we start, ma'am?
Yes, we can start.
Yeah, sure.
Good evening, dear teachers, students, and Honorable Principal, ma'am. Thank you for taking out time and joining us today. We welcome you to the workshop on the topic CV building in collaboration with DICE, Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Shilki Bhatia ma'am. She is presently working as a senior assistant professor and head of department MBA with Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies, affiliated to GGSIP University, with HR and business communication as her specialization area. She has almost 2 decades of experience in training, managing, teaching, and content developing in various areas of education and training industry. She has also been a trainer for personality development program and conducted numerous management development programs in corporate training on topics related to personality development and organization behavior. A warm greetings to you, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite you for moving ahead with the session. The virtual stage is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Ashita, for such a beautiful introduction. And my heartfelt thanks to Ashima ma'am for giving me this opportunity to interact with students of Mata Sundari College. So I have already interacted, but that was at the time when we were corona free. So we had a face-to-face interaction, and I have always been loving face-to-face interaction with the students. But nevertheless, so we have adopted to the new normal. So it is generally said that the show must go on, whatever it happens. So trainings, teaching should always go on. So, we trainers and teachers have been putting all extra efforts to, have been to adopt to the new normal. So thanks once again, Ashima ma'am and Harshita. So I'll start with the session quickly because we have a very short period to cover a lot. So I hope I'll be able to do justice to the topic within this 1 hour's time. So let's begin. So to begin, I would like to share my screen. I will be taking you through a small presentation. I hope the screen is visible, Harshita.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. So since it is a very, very crucial topic, everyone in his or her, in her mind has this dilemma, what to do, how to plan. We are all online, working online, learning online. Now we have to start seeking jobs online. So we have how to start. So this is a major dilemma in everyone's mind who is at the stage doing undergraduate or doing post-graduation. So when you are talking about preparing yourself to enter into the corporate world, the first thing that you have to work upon is your CV. So this is the reason why your college has taken initiative to conduct this session on CV writing. So when we just begin with the CV writing, we have to, let me just tell you what curriculum vitae, that is a full form of CV, is. It is from a Latin word, course of life. As it says that it gives the employer the entire structure of how your life has been. Right? It is the face of the candidate. The interviewer has not seen you. He has not spoken to you. It is just a document. So see, just keep this thing in mind that whenever you are meeting a person for the first time, you create an impression by your looks, by your way of standing, way of sitting, way of talking, body language, that plays a very important role. But now, when you don't have to meet the person will be calling you only once he shortlist you on a particular platform. So this is the shortlisting platform. So this is what curriculum vitae is called. That's why it is called face of the candidate. Okay, so it is a first impression on the employer. First impression. So you have to make your CV stand out. There are thousands of applicants for one post. Yes, I am not exaggerating. Thousands of applicants for one position. So how you market yourself, how you sell yourself through the CV, so that at least you are called for. So it's a marketing tool. You have to market yourself. Right? So this was the just short introduction of what CV is. This is the agenda. We'll be going through how to get started while writing a CV, how to structure the CV, then very important things that should not be done while creating a CV, and then obviously the finishing touches. So let's begin. Let's get started with the step 1. Most important, looks of the CV. Now you would say that apni bhi looks theek kare, we should work on our looks also, and then now looks of the CV. Yes, it is important. As I told you, this is the first impression. This is your face. So don't take it literally, but yes, by seeing this document, they can very well understand at least whether to call you for the interview or not, right? So this is the first thing which is very important. Be very careful how to start. Generally we think that okay, ye last mein kar lenge, we'll do it later, but first thing you should have how to start. You can always have a Google Doc, you can always make it MS Word, and these days we find many platforms where they are providing you free templates of resume. So my suggestions would be, you can always use that platform to understand, but don't join that platform or don't create your CV on that platform, because those platforms are for making professional and creative CVs. You might make it later, but in the initial stages of your life, when you have started applying for the jobs, please don't go for that resume builder platforms for making or creating a CV. Just take an idea of how it can be done. Make it on your own. Okay, be very careful about the font and the color. Arial or Times New Roman are the only fonts that are acceptable to make a professional CV, right? And this we know that a dark color looks brighter on a light color base. So white base and black text is the best option. No other color should be used in the document, right? Font size 12 for text and 14 for headings. These are normal formatting things that you can always take care of while writing the CV. Then alignment and spacing is very important. Make a habit of writing the CV always left aligned, right? And justify the text and keep 1.5 lines spacing. See, it is a professional document and you cannot have more than 1 to 1.5 pages of your CV as of now. Maybe obviously later on, when you have add-on more of experiences, you will be working with more companies. So you can always make a resume that is in length. But right now you have to work only within 1 to 1.5 pages. Now, within 1 to 1.5 pages, how impressive it is. When you see a person at a glance, a look should come. Oh, this person looks very smart. Then you start talking to that person. So similarly, at least I should feel like going through the CV. Okay, let me read it. This appears to be very impressive. Now just imagine it is very cluttered. It is not at all formatted. I would, as an employer, would not even go through it. Howsoever strong credentials you have, but I will not go through it. So first, the thing should look presentable. Okay, so once you have this thing in mind, you start framing the document likewise. So ultimately, it has to look professional. It should appear it should not appear that a school student has done that. Right? Obviously, a school student cannot make a CV, but it should not appear also. It should appear professional, right? Then, coming to the structure of CV. This is the step 2. Very, very important. This is a structure of making a CV. You start with your name and contact information, moving forward to career objectives, brief profile, educational qualifications, experience, achievements, hobbies, and interests. So slowly and gradually we'll move. Just analyze the structure. The structure has to be this. Okay, right. So name and contact information. So when I'm talking about name and contact information, very right. Mention your full name. Never mention your half name. It has to come with the first name and the last name. So mention your full name. Email ID is very important. Need not mention email ID as the word, just mention your email ID. Your phone number, yes, it is important. It's a major point of contact where the person could call you. And please, if you have two phone numbers, which generally people have, one is for WhatsApp, one is for calling or taking calls. So give the number with which you think you'll be able to attend the call and you'll not miss it, right? So give that phone number. LinkedIn ID is very, very important. Now, how would you have a LinkedIn ID? You have a LinkedIn ID only when you have a LinkedIn profile. So we are not going in detail of how to make a LinkedIn profile. Obviously, a separate session is required to how to build a LinkedIn profile. But in case you have it, that's good. If you don't have it, please make your LinkedIn profile. Right? So once you have your LinkedIn profile, you have to have your LinkedIn ID. Why am I focusing on LinkedIn profile? See, these days, the employers, the entire phase of recruitment has changed. So we have established ourselves in the new normal. So the recruitment is no longer same as it used to happen 4-5 years back. Now people are focusing more than your CV, hard copy CV. Also, they're focusing in going through your LinkedIn profiles. Right. So that's why it is very important. This is an official platform where you can look for the person's professional work. It is unlike Instagram, it is unlike Facebook, where you can have your personal details also mentioned. LinkedIn is totally professional, so it is always recommended to give your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn ID. Obviously, a Skype ID is required in case you get a foreign call from outside India. So they need a Skype ID. They generally they don't have MS Teams and Zoom as a common platform. They would prefer having Skype interviews. So for that, a Skype ID in case you have, it's okay. In case you don't have, need not worry. You can proceed without that also. But yes, if you talk about Twitter, you need not mention. If you're about your Instagram, you need not mention. Talking about your date of birth, it's not at all relevant. Talking about your address, again, address can be mentioned, but only if maybe you are sending your CV outside Delhi. If you're sending it to outside Delhi, maybe you're sending to some Bangalore job opening or some Chennai job opening. So you can always mention the name of the place, like you stay Rohini, Delhi. That's it. You need not mention your blog, your address. Some, security and privacy issues also arise. So it's better not to mention the address if you're applying within Delhi NCR, right? Address, so we don't require. Marital status, not at all important. So this is the way how a person can mention about his name and contact of information. Just a few glimpses. Yes, I've already put a cross on the address. We are not putting address. So this is the way you can mention. See, the LinkedIn profile is there, the email ID is there, right? Moving forward to career objective. Many questions are there on this point. Whether to include it or not to include it. Some people say, some have this theory that it should not be included because we cannot have a defined objective. So there's no point including it. But I suggest, as per my experience, because I have also been handling placements and taking care of, corporate recruitments for 6-7 years. So I know they prefer having career objective written in the CV. Now, what is a career objective? It's a short, succinct statement to start your CV. The heading, you have mentioned your name, address, all the name, phone number, email ID. Proceeded. I'll show you a format also. Don't you worry. I'll show you a format. How will it come? How the structure would look like. So it defines the position you are seeking. What is the relevance? I'm trying to tell you that it defines the position you are seeking. It sets the tone for the rest of your CV. I'll tell you what. Why career objective is important. The first 3-4 lines of a paragraph, if a person reads, if an employer reads, he gets to know that how much caliber you have to write in short. Right? So your writing skills are judged. Second, whenever you, we'll take it this way. Whenever you read a novel, whenever you read a book, whenever you start reading You need to watch a movie, you decide to start watching a Netflix series, right? OTT platform, any series. What do you do first? I guess first we go for summary. We go for trailers. Trailers se pehle also we get some teasers, so we go for teasers. So teasers, trailers, summary, this help you gauge whether this show is worth watching or not. I hope you second me with this. Yes or no? The trailer help you decide whether to binge watch or not any series? You always watch a yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So otherwise you don't get to know. You'll not start spending, time on an 8-season series without going for before watching the teaser or the trailer. The trailer helps you decide whether to start. Similarly, this career objective helps to decide the employer whether to move forward or not. Each and every step is very important. So it sets the tone for the rest of your CV. Briefly describe the skills, experience, and ability that you have to offer to the employer. And it not has to exceed 30 to 50 words. Not more than that. 2 to 3 sentences. That's it. Right? So it's the career objective is your elevator pitch. Right? You make it sound like one. So it is very important. I'll share with you some examples of what career objectives should look like. So career objectives should have all these things. What lead? Start with your strongest trait. Whatever you have, right? You're very motivated, you're very committed, you're very, decisive, you have good decision-making skills. So you can mention about that, right? Was there anything to ask? Anything to ask? I heard some thinking. Okay. So include how your education will assist you well for the job. You are a BBA graduate, you are a BCom graduate, you are an humanities graduate. So how can you always assist? How this education of yours would assist the person in the job, the employer in the job. So you have to relate everything with the job. Include your average graduate score if needed. Name the position and company applied to. It means, what are you doing? Please try and understand. You are making your CV company specific. This is what is called tailor-made CV. You cannot have one CV for throughout 10 or 12 jobs that you are applying for. Depending upon the kind of company, depending upon the nature of job, depending upon the skill set required by the job, you have to frame your CVs. Right? These are some examples maybe you can go through. This is the way how you define a career objective, just in 2-3 sentences. So you are telling about yourself, you are telling about you're seeking to join this company, and you are telling the post also. Please try to understand here the examiner, here the employer would understand that this person is actually very decisive, he knows what to do, and he has put in pains to make the CV. He's being specific, right? So when you are deciding, now you will say, ma'am, how would I get to know what to write about the company? So obviously, the first thing that you have to do is go through the JD, job description. Now, there are 2 ways. How would you start making your CV? One, you have seen a job description, your placement department has shared with you a company's JD, that is called job description, and they have asked you to apply tomorrow. Now, you will be again stressed out. Oh my God, I don't have a CV. Now, how to apply? The date has gone, or maybe the date is, we have only 2-3 hours to meet the deadline. So in such cases, what we do, we make the CV beforehand. Just minor changes have to be made, and then we submit it. Now, what are those minor changes? We go through the job description and put it. And the second way is you relax, you wait. Okay, now there is 1 week time. Whenever there would be a job description, I'll see the job description and then write. Please don't do that. All the students who are in the last semester of their respective courses, they should have their CV by now. You would obviously had a CV during your internship, but now this is for your final job. In case you are going for a final job, you have to have your CV ready by now, so that any company, if it even it is coming tomorrow, you have your CV to be posted. Okay, right. So these are the way you can write the career objectives. These are certain other area specific objectives that if you're from a finance background, if you're applying for a finance job, you can mention this way: marketing, data scientist, IT, all these are career objectives for freshers. Right? So these are certain objectives which can be mentioned. I'm just giving you an idea. The best way is you can always see make down, take a page, note down what qualities do you have, what you can offer, and then complete, then collate it. So this is the way how a proper objective is created. Don't copy paste. If you're copy pasting, then go through it. See it is matching your credentials. It is matching your objective. It is your objective so that you can justify. Okay. So this is important. Next in the structure is educational qualifications. You can also write academic qualifications. You can also write academic and professional qualifications, whatever comes to your mind. So always keep this in mind that you have to put your current or most recent educational institution at the top. Say now you are doing a graduation from Mata Sundari College, University of Delhi. So you have to start with BCom, BBA, BA, whatever, right? From Mata Sundari College. So you have to start in the descending order. Then follow it with the previous ones. Then you can move forward. Before graduation, before graduation, you did your 12th, you did your 10th. So 10th is the first educational qualification that you have to mention. But obviously in the descending order, it will come at the last. Now, mention the following in a tabular form. Why tabular form is important? Again, you will find different opinions. Many where you will find, don'ts of writing a CV or a resume, don't put in tabular form. It is not required to put in a tabular form when you have one or two, educational qualifications, but you have many. You have some professional courses also. You have some another like 10th, 12th, graduation, post-graduation, MPhil. So you can always mention in a tabular form. So you have to have your degree, name of the institution, the year in which you graduated, your percentage. See, this is the way you mention it in a summary form. This is the way. आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो. You can write it. BA English Language, University of Delhi, Mata Sundari College, 2020 till present, and then CGPA or GPA or percentage is this. You can also mention it in this way: education qualification, MBA from this, BCom from this. Now you can mention it in this way. Now, which one do you think is clearer? To give a clearer view. See, you have to give at a glance.
Ma'am, tabular I suggest.
Yes, tabular form.
Tabular form.
Yours. Yes, right. Choice is totally yours. Okay, we say now that you have to go to a party, dress up, you have to look smart. You should look presentable. Now, it is your choice. How do you look? Yes, what we keep in mind? We keep in mind the culture. We keep in mind the place we are going. We keep in mind the choices, the trends that are going on. But you should look smart. So similar is the case here. There is no fixed pattern of making a CV. There is no fixed pattern. You can make the CV any form you want. The only thing that you have to keep in your mind is what is latest that is going on and what will attract the employer. How will you stand out? Hundreds and thousands of resume or CV would reach them. Why would your CV should be selected? You should answer to yourself and then proceed sending the CV. So we've already discussed about name. Now there's a point called brief profile. Why didn't I discuss? Career objective or brief profile, these are either of the two that has to be included. At your stage, when you are starting with your career, you need to write about your career objective. At my stage, when I already have 20 years of experience, I don't need to write career objective. My career is already set. It is just that I have to change for one or the other reason, but that would not be my career objective. But yes, to introduce myself in short, I will have a brief profile. Right? So that's why somewhere it is career objective, somewhere it is brief profile, but there is no confusion at all. Career objective is for the freshers and brief profile is for the experienced ones. So since you all are freshers, I'm not putting in or adding in anything about brief profile. Educational qualifications we have already covered. Coming next is experience. Okay. Now, by show of hands, can I know how many of you are experienced? How many of you have experience here? Just by show of your hands. If you could raise your hands, I could get to know. 2 participants raise their hand. 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, good, 7, 8, okay. So what kind of experience do you have? Can any one of you share? What kind of experience do you have? If you would please share it with the audience. Anyone? Yes. Nancy, can I hear something from you? Any experience that you would like to share that you have?
Ma'am, I actually have an internship experience.
Internship experience. Okay. Good.
As an HR intern.
As an HR intern. Great. So how much was the duration of your internship, Nancy?
It was for 3 months.
3 months. Great. So I guess there would be many students, all of you, or like many of the students who would be having this experience, internship experience. Yes. So because everyone, it is a part of the curriculum. So you have to have that experience taken. So very rightly said, as a fresher, when we don't have a proper job experience, what to write? That's a big question. Experience तो है ही नहीं हमारे पास क्या लिखें? नहीं, experience है. Very rightly said by Nancy. It is the internship experience that you have to mention. Everyone has done internship. It could be of 3 months, it could be of 2 months. In some courses, the internship is for, some training is for 6 months also. So whatever trainings or internships that you have done, you have to mention in your experience. Any project that you have undertaken, any research work that you are associated with, any associations you have with NGOs, any part-time work that you are doing. Now, it is very, very important that you engage yourself in something or the other. You know what? I'll tell you one thing. Before making the CV or creating a CV, always develop your skills. The reason of making you understand CV writing is not to straight away start writing a CV. But CV is what? 1.5 page document. It will not even take 2 hours if you sit seriously to complete your CV. But the point is what to write in the CV. I don't have any project. I just have I don't have any experience, just 2 to 3 months internship that I have done. So what should I write? I have not involved any time myself in research. My teachers have always been saying that research is the need of the hour. People are going into data analytics, machine learning, art, technology. So please do that. But हमने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं. अब हम लिखें क्या? What experience should I mention? This is a big question mark. Right? So engage yourself in one work or the other. Karo kam. Why? Because you have to mention something in the CV. The basic rule of writing a CV is you cannot lie. झूठ बोल नहीं सकते तो लिखोगे क्या सीवी में 1.5 पेज का सीवी भी नहीं बन पाएगा. It becomes that difficult, when you start writing. So this is the time. Please involve yourselves, especially the people who are in the first year, the people who are in the second year, they have yet to study third year. And even if the people are in the third year or maybe 2-3 months are still there to go in for job, please engross, engage, enroll yourself in various activities so that you can put it in the CV. Right? Do any kind of work, part-time work, content writing, do content writing, take tuitions. You can always mention that in your CV. Right? If you are an undergrad and you are taking tuitions for class 12, boards, 10th boards students, so it is an experience that you are gaining. Maybe that experience of teaching may not be counted in the corporate experience where you're looking for job. But working part-time as tuitions or content writing shows the employer, the prospective employer, that this person is committed. CV does not only show actually what is written literally, it shows your hidden credentials also. If you're doing some social work, you are with NGO, so they get to have an idea that this person is socially conscious. This candidate has done something for the society, or she has an urge to do something for the society. If you have done doing or engaged with your professors in some research, maybe you have not completed the project, maybe you have just started, but at least उससे ये तो पता लगेगा ना कि इसका knack है, इसका analytical bent of mind है, तभी इसने research में join किया है. Internships are very, very important. Whatever internship you do, internships को curriculum में add करने का purpose ही यही. Yeah, on 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe you take a nap of the corporate world. You see how the industry works. You see how disciplined you have to be to see what is the time culture of the organization. Class में हम बोलते हैं online classes join करो, 9:30 की class है 9:45 पे join कर रहे हैं. Just never ever think that if there is an online meeting scheduled with your boss at 9:30 and even you can join at 9:51, you cannot join. You have to join at 9:29. 9:30 sharp it starts. This is what you learn in internships. Right? So even if you have completed your project or not, if you had in that project, that shows your dedication and commitment towards doing something other than academics. So please engage yourself, do part-time work, do content writing. You have number of platforms to do that. Right? तो ये doubt है कि अरे मेरे पास experience ही नहीं है. So it's okay. You are applying for a finance manager jobs, but you don't have anything related to finance. It is okay. But if you are saying that you have taught class 12 accounts, you have taught second year finance students, so that shows that you have that acumen. आपने internship finance में करी है, उस पे focus करो. You do certain courses related to finance. There are so many online courses, NEPTEL, MOOCs courses, which we talk about. It is where has been included in your, curriculum also. So do that. So never let yourself disheartened. If you don't have experience, get experience. Simple. झूठ तो लिखना नहीं है, किसी और का experience लिखना नहीं है, लिखना अपना है. तो get it. Now you'll say, ma'am, how to get it? Is it that easy? No, I'm not saying it's easy, but you have to do it, and it's not impossible. If you're, you're directed towards that, you are guided towards that, and you think that it is important. So it is not difficult. It is easy, right? So do some freelance gigs from Upwork. These are, sites, websites, which, write assignments, write notes for the students. So you can do content writing on these platforms. So similarly, there are many other platforms which you can join and do freelance. दो चीजें solve होती है इससे. एक experience आता है, दूसरा you earn. You start putting money in your pocket. You start using your ATM card than your parents' ATM card. हर बार पापा कार्ड दे दो, क्रेडिट कार्ड दे दो, अपना लो ना, अब तो हो गया टाइम. So start freelancing, start earning money. So you will always get a
भाई
satisfaction.
कोई WhatsApp ग्रुप में
Then volunteer at some local organizations, do an internship that will give you valuable skills, collaborate with professors for writing papers. This is again very important. Research is the in thing. All of you, please put in your efforts in whichever domain you have. Other than academics, please develop yourself. Please develop your personality. करते रहो कुछ ना कुछ. बहुत टाइम है, अभी हम कॉलेज भी नहीं आ जा रहे हैं, अभी हमारा टाइम, कम्यूटिंग वाला टाइम जो इधर उधर जाता था पहले, वो अब नहीं जा रहा. वी आर एट होम. मे बी वी रियली फील एंड विश दैट वी स्टार्ट कमिंग ऑफलाइन, बट टिल देन वी हैव टू हैव ourselves upgraded. Take the advantage of the time that you have extra. पहले तो हम ये कहते थे ना, अरे मम्मा कॉलेज सुबह जाना है, फिर मम्मा कॉलेज पढ़ो 5 o'clock तक, फिर वापस आओ, फिर थक जाते हैं, 2 घंटे मेट्रो में बैठ के आओ, then I'm so tired, I cannot do anything. अब तो वो 2 घंटे आना जाना भी नहीं. So we have time. Teachers are always ready to help. So do that. Get experience, it's important. Do online courses. Every now and then, NEPTEL courses have been launched. From January onwards, new NEPTEL online courses have been launched. You just say a topic and the course is there. It could be an EDX platform, it could be a NEPTEL platform, it could be AICT, ATAL courses. So there are so many such courses. Talk to your teachers and you see the kind of guidance that you get, or explore yourself. So do online courses that really adds value to your CV. You can always write it as an experience, right? Organize events in the college. Kuch to likho, like you have organized this event, you have organized this session. So you can always write that you have been an active member of placement cell, participate in various committees, be a member of various cells. यही तो है आपका एक्सपीरियंस. और क्या है, एक कॉलेज स्टूडेंट का, एक अंडर ग्रेड का, जिसके पास जॉब एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, आपके पास यही एक्सपीरियंस तो है. यू हैव टू शोकेस, सेल योरसेल्फ. यस, मैं इवेंट भी मैनेज कर सकता हूँ. यस, मुझे प्रोफेशनल नॉलेज भी है. यस, मेरी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स भी बहुत स्ट्रांग है. यस, आई एम अ गुड ओरेटर. Right. So just sell yourself. But before selling yourself, you have to have things in you. Right? Indulge in social work. So these are the various ways you can fill the portion in your CV under the heading experience. Then the next thing that comes is skill set. Now, what is a skill set? Yes, can anyone, if you just write on the chat box, the most important skill that you have, only one. I would like to read it on the chat box. Only one skill set that you have. Can you please write it on the chat box? Leadership, research, discipline, initiative taken, communication, digital marketing, good communication skills, leadership, teamwork, accounting, MS Office, interpersonal skills, communication skills, problem solving, EQ, very good, straightforward, responsibility, accounting, management skills, sales, problem solving, critical thinking. Oh my God. Now just imagine if the employer expects you to have them all. What will you do? No, actually, we are not. I'm just kidding. You will never have this expectation of having all these. But yes, few of these. it would be expected from you, right? So it's really good that you have such skills with you. So we have to have the idea of what all skills can be put. It is very important to know what to showcase. I have so many dresses. I have so many formal dresses, but which one to wear? I have to match the occasion. I have to match the people who would be there, and I have to mention the crowd, right? I have to see with whom am I going. So accordingly, I'll wear a dress. I have many. Because I have to showcase myself to be the best, I have to showcase the best. I have to tell the best. Is it clear? Right. So keeping this thing in mind, I would like to share with you certain skill set that you can have, that you should have. Now, what is that skill set? The skill set that you should have should not be the very ordinary ones, right? Like I'm punctual, regularity, and people mentioned about communication skills also. So your CV has to look attractive, which others would not have written. Now you're writing EQ. EQ is a skill, very right. But then how to write those skills, that is important, right? So these are the few skills that you can write. Public speaking. So instead of writing communication skills, these days what is required more? How well you interact with the public. So public speaking is the better way of writing communication skills. Critical thinking, leadership skills, social media is very important. How active you are on social media. So when I'm saying social media skills, I will not write कि मैं रोज ही एक अपडेट करती हूँ इंस्टा पे और मुझे 1000 लाइक्स आते हैं. मेरे फेसबुक पे 700 फॉलोअर्स हैं या मिलियन फॉलोअर्स हैं, मुझे ये नहीं चाहिए. ये सोशल मीडिया स्किल्स नहीं है. सोशल मीडिया skills means if an opportunity, given an opportunity, how would you promote? How well you know digital marketing? How well you can manage a project. When I say project management, it does not literally mean कि मैंने corporate में कोई project लिया है and I have delivered that. This even you manage a conference, you manage a fest, you manage a seminar, you manage a workshop. So that is also what is project management skills. Entrepreneurial skills, very, very important. The Shark Tank, the biggest amount of TRP, the highest TRP getting show on Sony, the Shark Tank. Why? Because everyone has an entrepreneur in himself. So you have to have entrepreneurial skills in you. Now this is a skill set. Again, a separate session may be required, yes, to how to build this skill set. It is very important. It can easily be built. Yes, leaders are not born, they are made. Everyone has an entrepreneurship, like entrepreneur in oneself. It is just to get an ignite. Everyone is emotional. It is just that how do you manage your emotions? So skill set is very important. Focus on these skills. Identify, differentiate. You have hard skills. Yes, you work on soft skills. You have few soft skills, work on more. You have only soft skills, work on hard skills. So these things you have to analyze. मैंने कहा है ना, किसी का भी एक CV सेम नहीं होगा. किसी एक कंपनी में आप CV भेज रहे हो वो सेम नहीं होगा. Right? So if you have to send your CV for a marketing profile, coding ability will not be the hard skill that you have to mention. Foreign language skills is not required. Is it clear? Similarly, when you are sending your CV for content writing, where a foreign language is required, you may not write about Photoshop knowledge. You can always write writing proficiency, foreign language skills, right? So you have to, ये नहीं कि मेरे पास ये सारे skills हैं तो मैं एक CV में सारे लिख दूँ. One CV sending to which company, what is the nature of the job, accordingly mention the skills. And one thing very important, if you think that you need a particular job for which Such kind of skills are required and you don't have them right now. Please work on them. Please work on them. And it is not difficult. Please work. Suppose you need to go into a marketing job where you look for skills required for a marketing executive. So there the skill that is required is understanding of SEO. I don't know what SEO is. So start working, do a digital marketing course, take those skills. Is it clear? Some organization, if some nature of job requires Photoshop knowledge, you don't have it. It's okay, fair enough. Take it now, get it now, enhance your knowledge, right? So this is what you have to think and do. So having done, we are moving on the structure, having done all these, let's come to achievements. What achievements you have? Now there will be a kind of clash between experience and achievements, but then you have to understand. Achievements means what all you have achieved. Suppose you're working on you have interest in research, so you have very experience, but you have mentioned that in your experience. But suppose you have already completed a project, then you write that yes, I had completed this project with an A grade. So this is an achievement. Okay, these are the achievements that you can mention. Please mention a competitive exam score. If you have qualified a government exam, if you have qualified an entrance exam, any competitive exam, if you have qualified in a good score, mention that. That is an achievement. At this stage, when you are as a fresher, winner of some tournament or event, mention about the college fests, right? That you organized a college fest, you are a active team member, active member of the college cultural team, right? You're an active member of college placement team. So this is, and as being the member of the college placement team, you invited 10 companies to the campus. This is what your achievement is. You organized an internship fair wherein 250 companies were invited. These numbers add value. Try to quantify your achievements. Winner of some tournament, I won the third prize. I to nahi likhengi, obviously. Won the third prize in, even if it is third, it is okay. First, second, third would be okay. We don't say that I won a consolation prize. Or participated. Participation is not an achievement. So see, now, अब आप क्या कहोगे? मैंने तो सिर्फ participate ही करा है, मेरे पास तो कोई medal ही नहीं है, तो ले लो आप. Work hard, participate, and then try to win. Because you have to add it in your CV. Simple, you don't have a choice. गलत लिख नहीं सकते, किसी और का लिख नहीं सकते, तो करो. Right? So college fest, participate in hackathon. Every year we have hackathon, so do in that. Participate in coding contest, won that. Present papers, very important. Now, experiences, you have an experience of writing and presenting papers. Achievement is you won the best paper award. Best paper award. Mention you won the best paper award in this and this conference held at Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies in 2020. This is how you write your achievement. Simple second prize in paper presentation. This is no way you write. You write in sentences. Because इतना है नहीं ना आपके पास अभी CV में लिखने के लिए. When later on you will make a detailed resume, then you will mention in short. But once you don't have things to write, you can always mention statements. Clear? Right. Research papers. Yes, you wrote a research paper and it got published in one of the journals. Research paper titled this, published in IUP Journal of Education, year 2020. This is an achievement. So you have been writing research papers, but that research paper is not of that quality that it gets published in some journal. So start writing of that quality. This is what you have to make your experience your achievement. I hope you understand the difference. It is not confusing. So far, so good. Are we on the same page? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we on the same page?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything that you need to ask, or maybe we can have the question answer round later. Okay. Research papers, participate in business plan. These days, there are so many platforms. Our Honorable Prime Minister is focusing on, they have made January month as an entrepreneurship month and 27th January, 16th January, I'm sorry, as an entrepreneurship day. So see, you are given that opportunity, you have that opportunity. So why not encash it? There are so many, inter-college events also that happen. Do that. I repeat, CV writing 1.5 page is not difficult. What to write is difficult. You should have content. स्ट्रक्चर तो मैंने दे दिया, स्ट्रक्चर आप बना भी दोगे, स्ट्रक्चर में लिखने के लिए तो जो कुछ होगा वो आप ही लिखोगे ना. If I'm saying you can write about business plan, so you have to have a business plan, competition certificate, then only you'll write. Right? You maintain college website which had, increased the followers of Dias or your Mata Sundari College with 500 in number. So that is an achievement. Yes, you are maintaining college website. That is okay. That you can have an experience also. Right? You had been an in charge. Right? Maintaining YouTube channel, you have your own YouTube channel, you have your college YouTube channel that you maintain. So you can always mention that as your achievement. These, now, how to write? Please, you don't have to, simply write, as I told you, first prize in this, you have to write in sentences. So please use power words. The ultimate aim is to stand out from the rest. So most important thing is when you are tailoring your CV, take the words from the job description. Job description says, need a candidate with good communication skills for managing client. So you use the word managing, right? Able to outsource services, HR services. So you should use power words in your CV, change it, right? Outsourced, handled. Use such kind of words which are there in the job description. Okay? Search for words in the company website. उस website पे क्या लिखा हुआ है? Go to the website. उससे पता क्या होता है? The employer gets impressed. Okay, he has done some survey before applying for our company. That's good. This shows your inquisitiveness to join that company. Your interest in joining that company. Right? And there is no harm. Although we say we don't use jargons, but a little bit of company's jargon is a green signal. Again, they'll get to know कि अच्छा ये हमारी organization में ही गया है, इसने organization बारे में पता किया है, website visit करी है, वहाँ से हमारे terms को use किया है और resume में या CV में mention किया है. And avoid repetition. Handled the fest, handled the internship fair, handled this. बार-बार ये नहीं लिखो. Okay, and as I've already told you, use words that can be measured. So responsible for managing company's Facebook, manage company's Facebook account. Last dekho, developed a new sales strategy generating over $5,000 in revenue. This is an example. How do you quantify? So you can always write enhanced Facebook profile or enhanced YouTube channel of the college, increasing the footfall to 500 in 5 days. This is the way how you write. Okay. So similarly, these are certain power verbs. Use of, instead of led, you use organized, executed, directed. Started can be, started this. You can write always initiated, implemented. I assisted my professor in research project. So instead you write facilitated, coached, assessed, right? Provided assistance. These are the words that you can use for making your CV a powerful CV. To add power, power का मतलब वो हमें kgs में power नहीं weight करना है या watts में weigh नहीं करना है. We have to use words to make it powerful, right? Coming to the last part of the structure, hobbies and interest. How many of you have hobbies? How many of you think hobbies are important? Can you please mention hobbies in the chat box? What all hobbies that you have? Please mention the most important hobby that you have. I would ask you to write one. One hobby that you have. Are you guys writing? Painting, like to interact with people, sketching, blog writing, exploring new things, listening music, drawing, poetry. Reading novels and books, making videos. Great. Okay, so people have hobby, but I could see that not many of you have hobbies. Learn different languages. That's great. Cooking. Good. Explore new things and visit adventurous places. Right. So see, people have so many hobbies and interests, but what to put on your CV is important. If I'm applying for a marketing job, will my hobby as cooking would help? No. But traveling, talking to people, making videos, blogging, these hobbies would have an effect. Right? But yes, if I'm applying for the job of a chef, cooking obviously is my hobby. It would be adding value to it. If I'm applying to a company which sells FMCG product with deals in household groceries, this cooking habit, I can always mention. Listening music. I'm applying for a research analyst job and I'm writing listening music as my hobby. What will it suffice? But yes, if I say that I like numbers, my hobby is analysis and charting and making diagrams. I'm good at painting. So some hobbies may be able to be justifiable because hobbies and interest always connect with your personality. But then whenever you are mentioning your hobbies, please mention it to relate it with the job profile. Like cooking. Cooking is meditation for me. So cooking to aapne likh diya. But then cooking a specific cuisine. Then you have to be very sure कि उस cuisine आपने लिखा cooking Chinese cuisine. तो उस Chinese से related वो कोई भी कुछ भी question पूछेगा, so you should be able to answer. Playing badminton is my hobby. Now suppose the badminton player is sitting before you. One of the panel members is himself interested in badminton. So he might ask questions related to that. So you should be ready to answer. Now he'll say, okay, how your cooking hobby can help in this job? If you have an answer, then you can write. Right? It gives me a sense of, it relaxes me. Whenever I'm stressed out, I do cooking and it relaxes me. So it's okay. They would say कि इसको बहुत सारा burden डालो, बहुत सारा काम कर दो और फिर इसको बोल दो कि ये कल ना एक डिश ले आना बना के ऑफिस. कुकिंग करेगा, अपने आप relax हो जाएगा. So, but then again, this is another thing that had to be added in your personality, how to answer interview questions. So this is something separate that we can work upon. Now, when I say hobbies, please think when you're writing hobbies and interest, please relate it with the job. Best hobbies, volunteering and community participation. These days, it is very, very important. Interests like reading, gardening, even watching films. Watching films also depends on what kind of films do you watch. You have a hobby of doing various courses, online courses, language learning, sports, exercise, yoga, all are good. You should be able to justify because that relaxes your mind, that increases your emotional quotient, that increases your ability to think and focus. So likewise, see, it's writing, sketching, painting. You should be able to justify. That's it. Even cooking gives, I've already told you. Right? But Don't exaggerate any hobby. Okay, if you say I like reading fiction, so you should know. I'll ask you, okay, what was the last fiction that you read? I don't know, I read it 2 months back. So then that is not your hobby. Okay, so write, and never say that you don't have hobbies. If you don't have hobbies, it means you are a very boring person. If you have hobby, you take out time to do your hobby. You will never say कि time ही नहीं मिलता, hobby कहाँ से करें ना. Hobby का मतलब ही यही है, interest का मतलब ही यही है. I love binge watching. It is okay. What kind of shows that you watch? Which platform do you watch? Right? So which shows have you already watched? What does it signify? So you should be able to relate everything. Okay? Be honest. That is the main thing. So these are the ways that you can write. See, you can write it in this way. I have gained teamwork, leadership, and management skills playing on a community soccer team. So it is good that you play. I find peace of mind through yoga, dance, and meditation. Gone are those days when you'll simply write hobbies में yoga, playing music, listening music, watching TV, cooking, sleeping. Please don't write these. Sleeping is my hobby. Sleeping will never fetch any employer an advantage in you. Never. Sleeping can never be a useful thing for any of the employments. So please don't mention those things. And if you have such hobby, please change it. Okay? So hobbies वही जो जॉब के साथ रिलेट करें. अगर एक ऐसी जॉब करनी है जिसके हिसाब से हॉबीज नहीं है, तो प्लीज डेवलप हॉबीज एंड इंटरेस्ट ऑल्सो. Start doing it. Right? So these are certain hobbies and interests that you can mention. Top 10 hobbies. This is again a survey. This is not my observation, but yes, this is just a survey that was done. So I just took this clip from there. So volunteering, writing, blogging, podcasting. Please go through what podcasting is, because these days, you know, even for marketing, the companies require podcasting. So when you have these things as your hobbies, you are the first choice. If there's a person who does not know podcasting, blogging, and you know podcasting and blogging, you will be the first choice for a marketing job. Believe me. Right? So please keep these things in mind whenever you are writing hobbies related with the job profile. If you don't have one, start developing one. Okay? Right. So this was the part of our agenda. We have already discussed about the CV structure. Now let's move quickly to the don'ts. What you should not do while creating a CV. Be very cautious. Don't lie. Don't write CV curriculum. Write the resume as heading. There's no heading, right? You should not lie. You should not include irrelevant personal information. Do not add fluff. There's a difference between bluff and fluff. Bluff is lying. Fluff is adding more information, right? Suppose if you're saying that you've organized an event, you have given names of 10 events. You organized conference, you have given names of two conferences that you conducted. We don't want that. So that is कि CV में इतना कुछ लिखने को तो है नहीं, तो एक ही जो चीज है उसी को explain करते जाओ. So instead, work on writing relevant points, right? Don't use cliches. Cliches is again time, I'm punctual, regular, time management is my skill, good communication skills, good English spoken skills. No, don't use cliches. Use something innovative. Maybe I have not covered all the points. You find something innovative, please mention that. Don't use the routine things. Do not use inappropriate email address. Very important. My email address is shilpi.bhatia@gmail.com. It is shilpi.bhatia@dias also. If you have your email ID, please ensure that you have your name in the email ID. Right? I have seen an email ID, ashikawara@gmail.com. Would you believe it? I'm not exaggerating. I'm not kidding. I'm saying the truth. I've seen this. Our students have written that. Right? Sweet, chill, chilly. Please don't mention this in your professional official email IDs. It should have at the max your name. If there is a duplication, you are unable to find an unique ID, mention your years in the like numbers related to your date of birth or related to your year of birth, something like that. Okay, mass span the CV, never do that. Mass spanning the CV is एक CV बनाया, 10 अपॉर्चुनिटीज निकली है, 10 को एक एक भेज दिया. कौन मेहनत करे, अलग अलग CV बनाए? Please don't do that. Make it tailored. Have the job description seen properly and then restructure it, tailor it. Basic चीजें तो सेम ही रहेंगी. Create objective change हो सकता है, राइट, स्किल्स चेंज हो सकती हैं, ऑब्वियसली एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन सेम रहेगी, अचीवमेंट सेम रहेगी, स्किल्स डिफर करेंगे, हॉबीज एंड इंटरेस्ट डिफर करेंगे. सो दीज 2-3 थिंग्स हैव टू बी tailored and do not follow one CV pattern. You can make different varieties of CV. Right? Finally, the finishing touch. Before sending the CV, trim the fat. Trim the fat means just see that when you are making 2-page CV, suppose you're writing achievements. तो अचीवमेंट्स तुम्हारा एक पेज पे और अचीवमेंट स्टार्ट हो रहा है नेक्स्ट पेज से नहीं. सो पुट एन एंटर, अचीवमेंट शुड स्टार्ट एज अ हेडिंग फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट पेज. और एक सीवी में तो सारा आ गया, बस हॉबीज ऊपर रह गया, हॉबीज की 2 लाइंस वो आपने नेक्स्ट पेज पे शिफ्ट कर दी. सो मैनेज इट कि थोड़ा सा इधर आ जाए, हाफ अ पेज उधर चला. इट शुड लुक प्रेजेंटेबल अगेन. प्रूफ रीड. नो ग्रामर मिस्टेक इज एक्सेप्टेबल. इनकरेक्ट ग्रामर इज अ क्राइम in a professional writing. Proofread, खुद पढ़ो, दूसरों से पढ़वाओ और grammarly.com पे चेक करो. Run it through a tool called grammarly.com. I hope everyone is aware of that. Then optimize your resume. किस format में भेजना है? Try if they are asking for a particular format, it is okay, but preferably PDF version. क्योंकि जब आप क्या करते हो, भेजते हो, अच्छा मेरे सिस्टम में तो ऐसे चल रहा था, दूसरे सिस्टम में मैंने भेजा वो ऐसे चल रहा है, because all have different versions of MS Office. So try sending in PDF version. Okay. Name the file aptly. Name, Microsoft is the name of the company wherever you're sending. This again shows that you have put in and you have tailor made your resume. -resume.pdf. This is the way you name the file. Try to send it to the personal ID of the hiring manager if you have. In case you don't have, you can always send it to the ID that they have mentioned as careers ID, whatever they have mentioned. And very important, include a cover letter. This also requires a session on how to write a cover letter. It is very, very important. It is again a crime not to send a cover letter with the resume. आप blindly अगर आप मेल भेज रहे हो तो बिना कवर लेटर के नहीं भेज सकते. Is it clear? Finally, if this is done, so if you are talking about such kind of resumes to be made, this is no way. This is a big cross. This is not the resume that you can send. I'll share the resume, what kind of resume you should send. So start preparing for, बस उससे पहले CV भेज दिया, अब वहां पे कहानी खत्म नहीं होगी. You have to start preparing for the phone call. Wait. The waiting, meanwhile start practicing for interview questions. Okay? ये नहीं कि कॉल आएगी उसके बाद देखेंगे, नहीं, CV भेज दिया, send it with a positive note. अरे I will stand out difference. My CV is excellent. It will definitely stand me out from all the other candidates, and I'll definitely get a call. With this mindset, if you are sending your CV, you're surely going to get a call. So start practicing for the interview questions and their answers, obviously. Right? So move forward to the bigger ladders of achievement and success. I wish you all luck, all the best from my side. And this is my email ID and LinkedIn profile. In case you need to you have any queries, you need to ask something, any guidance of this sort you need, please email me. I'll be free and happy to reply. Right? I'll just take another 2 minutes to share with you the actual CV format. Just a minute. See, this is the format. This is the way you write your CV. Your name, your course, your email, your contact number, your LinkedIn profile, your educational qualifications, career objective, work experience.
Your screen is not visible.
Sorry?
Your screen is not visible.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just a second. Okay, I hope this is visible now. Right. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Now this is
So this is, see, the name, email ID, LinkedIn profile, educational qualifications, career objective. Career objective obviously should come before educational qualification, work experience. This is again an internship experience, so you can write a detailed, because you don't have much to write, you can always write the detailed format. Then projects and skills that you have done, then positions of responsibility that you have handled in your college, then courses and certification. Now see, you have to have these to write. These are the courses and certifications that you have done, extracurricular activities and achievements that you have had. So this is one format. So the structure is there with you. So you can always write the structure, right? So since you are a fresher right now, so you don't have to write a lot in your CV. When I talk about a professional resume, now just quickly I'll show you the professional resume. It is written and you would be writing it later. See, this is my resume, starting with my name, phone number, then this is what is called a brief profile. I'm not writing a career objective, but I'm writing a brief profile. This is how do you write. See, area of expertise, area of interest, subjects, administrative experience. See, just look at it. How does it look? एक ही बार अगर आप देख रहे हो तो देखने में वो चीज क्लियर, नीट, अट्रैक्टिव लगनी चाहिए. This is the way you write your experience. Designation, period, job profile. What did you do? So this you'll do only once you are into your jobs and you change your jobs. These are professional qualifications, certifications, resource persons. Then this is workshops attended, publications done, conference proceedings, paper presentations, achievements. And my educational qualification is not of much importance now, so it will come at the end. It is not required as such. Then I am into trainings also. This is my training experience in soft skills. These are the workshops that I've conducted. So this is it. Last, it is not important, but yes, I've mentioned this. Right. So this was all from my side. I hope you all enjoyed this session. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am. We did.
Right. So thank you all. I would, yes, Harshita. So I guess we are already ahead. 15 minutes more I've taken. So I'll stop there.
Wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I would like to thank Dr. Shilki Bhatia ma'am for sparing their valuable time in guiding us. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to the students for joining us, placement cell faculty members for providing their support and guidance, and last but not least, the entire team of placement and internship cell of Matasnuri College for Women for smooth conduct of the workshop. This brings us to the end of this informative workshop. Have a great day ahead. I will request everyone to submit the feedback form at the earliest. The link for the same has been shared in the chat box and the form will be closed in the next 15 minutes. Stay safe. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Arshita. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, all of you. All the best. And looking forward for more such sessions with all of you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Arshita. Thank you, Ashma ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Wonderful.
Bye-bye.